Enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the program today. This is All Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass for a Monday. Welcome back, people. Hope you had a great weekend of music. It looked like a fantastic weekend out there for people who got out to enjoy some live local music and some national music, too, the way it sounded. So we got a ton of comments on the page today when we asked that, or actually we asked it yesterday, who played out this weekend and who you got to see. So if there is someone you got to see, you want to give them a shout out during the show, throw it in the comments. Throw it in the comments. Let's see who's checking in today. Jamie Minnick in the house. You're first up today, Jamie. Good to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Oh, Jimmy Kilroy is with me. How you doing, Jim? Good to have you. The Wanderers checking in on the YouTube channel. Thank you for that birthday wish, Mr. Glenn. A day early. It is one day until D-Day. Yes, it is. Hi, Marie Smith. Thank you for being here. Good to have you. Hi, Bill Allred. How are you? Bill, how you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing all right. And Dewey in the house. Dewey out seeing a lot of music this weekend. He posted on the page earlier today, and thank you for being there and dropping that in. Look who's here. Mark Rawl in the house. How are you, Mark? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hopefully you're doing well, as I say often on here when we don't see people for a while. Mrs. Hall Around Town is checking in. My Uncle Dallas, who's down in Eastern Kentucky, and I hope everything is getting back to a little bit of normalcy for you guys down there. I know it washed out a lot of roads, the flooding, and so many families lost not only property, but loved ones. And that's a sad thing. So our thoughts and prayers are with the folks down in Eastern Kentucky from all that flooding that went on last week. Julie Rossello, how are you? And Perry is my hall monitor today. Thank you. Thanks for being that, Perry. Hey, TJ, how are you, buddy? Good to see you with us. And Kevin Cooper in the house. Kevin Cooper, as I like to call him. Kevin Cooper. Good to see you, Kevin. Hopefully you're all back and safe from your honeymoon. Yes. Oh, Dallas said some areas flooded again last night. That's sad, man. That is so sad. I know we've got a team I was formerly affiliated with from Ohio, a FEMA rescue team, which is down there working right now. And they've kind of shifted gears, unfortunately, from rescue to recovery, looking for people that are still missing. And that was the scary part about that, man. It came in the middle of the night, and when people are sleeping in their beds and all of a sudden their house is being washed downstream, it's just nuts. And in Eastern Kentucky, if you've never been there, it's pretty mountainous, and the water has nowhere to go but down into the valleys and the creeks and the streams and rivers, and it's ugly. It is. Gary wants his MTV. That's right. Today, guys, 41 years ago, MTV launched on cable. Changed the face of music entirely. Made some people superstars who would have never been stars at all. And they really, truly did. So, and as somebody jokingly posted today, and gave us 17 years of videos until they turned into reality TV. And that's so true. So true for MTV. Yes. Hello, Cricket. Hold on. I got to find it. Cricket says chirp, chirp, so I have to give her a cricket noise. There we go. Oh, the sounds of crickets. And there's a lot of teams down there. Uncle Dallas, there are people down there from Indiana, Ohio, Missouri. I believe all the federal task forces that in the area here got notified to come down for sure. So glad they're helping and providing assistance, I know, along with National Guard people and all that. And guys, before I go any further today, I do want to mention Deputy Matthew Yates, who was laid to rest today, a Clark County deputy north of us here. On this show, we support all our law enforcement folks, and what a sad day for Clark County and the Clark County Sheriff's Office. I did have a chance to view some of the folks that eulogized him, and man, one of them that just absolutely grabbed me was his son, his stepson, but who calls himself his son because he's known nothing else in his life but Deputy Yates being his father. And he said that he basically rescued he and his brother from a very toxic environment and married his mom. And what a thing to say. And now, unfortunately, being laid to rest today. So our thoughts and prayers are out to those folks as well. And, he's got an extended family, and it's hard for the law enforcement folks, man. They're like brothers and sisters as well. So it's tough, and our thoughts go out to them in Clark County, and probably just got finished with the gravesite services. And I've been to those line of duty death funerals, and man, they are a long day, and they are a very moving experience. They are. So let's see. Chris is talking here about video killed the radio star. It did. And Snooki killed the video star on MTV. That's what happens. How you doing, Robert? Thanks for being here. Hi, Troy. Thanks for dropping by today. Appreciate you. And the show you did with us. Thank you so much. Hollywood in the house. Chris Reese. Chris, what a crowd you had over the weekend, Chris Reese. I wish somebody would report on that one from Lebanon. That one was cool. And if anybody wants to call in today, let me know if you want to call in and report on something you saw over the weekend. We'd be glad to hear from you, because I've got kind of a short list. I was in need of a break, and didn't really take too much of a break, but a little bit of a break, and didn't get out a ton this weekend. And thank you, Jamie Minnick, for that. Yes, REO Speedwagon most played videos in the first 100 days of MTV. Thank you, Gary, for that trivia question. I appreciate it. Hi, Lou Morgan. Thank you for dropping by. And if also, guys, Lou is on here, I'll give her a shout out. She does a page called What's Happening. And if you want to join that on the Book of Face, and she posts and reposts a lot of events and musical events and things like that. So if you want to join her, it's another source for live local music. So check that out if you will. For sure. All right, let's see who else is checking in today, and then we got to get started on our Monday update. And again, if you want to call in and chat today, please let me know. We'll be glad to. Yeah, Chris Reese, insane, man. The picture I saw of you guys, what a show. 6,000 people in Lebanon for your show. What a fun event. And everywhere that gets out, I mean, everywhere that everyone was outside this weekend was wall to wall. I know they had a concert in North Park in Springboro that was a Journey tribute band that was packed. The Eagles Project in Blue Ash absolutely blew me away with their crowd as well. Pretty cool stuff. So good deal. So I'm going to get started again. If you want to chime in and comment, and you want to chat today about who you saw over the weekend, be glad to hear it. If you're afraid to call in and don't want to put your voice on the air, I'll be glad to take your comments, and we'd love to hear from you today. We're here to support live local music in the tri-state, and that's what we do at All Around Town Radio. And it's your number one source for live local music, news, bands, venues, and more in your home for everything music, people. So thank you from the studios here in Springboro, Ohio. We're looking for your comments. Drop them in right now. If you're watching after the fact, we'd love to hear from you. And John saw Elvis at the Sorg Friday. Well, as haunted as the Sorg is, you might have seen the real Elvis there, but, good stuff. I know that gentleman who does that Elvis tribute is amazing, and that sounded like a wonderful show. I had several people comment on that today on the live show, or on the actual post, I should say. And let's see. Glenn said a long day Saturday, 7 hours at Riverbend, Larkin Poe, Government Mule, ZZ Top, and Willie Nelson. How was Willie, Glenn? Give me a comment here. How did Willie do? I would have loved to seen Willie, because I don't know how many years Willie's got left in him. And it's one of those items, like I saw Gordon Lightfoot, I saw Joe Cocker right before he passed. And, those are those bucket list items that you can't ever get back. Government Mule, a great group. Obviously, ZZ Top going on without, so those are long days. I went to that concert at Great American Ballpark with Joan Jett, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Poison, all those folks that were there. That was a long day too. Long day. Ben and Pete. Is this Ben or Pete? Dayton Celtic Fest, a music lover's dream. I was at Celtic Fest. I was at Celtic Fest on Saturday, and yes, it was wonderful. Wonderful. Glenn says Willie was moving kind of slow, but was on top of his game with his voice always the same. Yeah. And man, that guy can play guitar too. He just plays the smoothest acoustic guitar. Love it. Okay, it's Pete. Pete, I missed you there. I wish I would have run into you, but glad you made it to the Celtic Fest as well. Guys, if you saw somebody over the weekend, drop it in the comments. I'm going to start talking about ours. Thank you for this upwards of 70 comments on our page. And yes, they are. I always say it wrong. Is that Scythian or Cynthian? I'm sorry, Scythian. I always say it wrong, but I think it's Scythian, something to that effect. Great band. We got to hear them as well. We got to hear, I'll mention it when I start talking about it. Justin Steele checking in from Jamaica, man. How you doing down there? Looks like you're having a great time eating lobster on the beach. Man, I should have packed a bag. That sounds really good, Justin. It does. Yeah, Glenn says with a big hole in his that guitar is going to be in the Smithsonian. I'm telling you, when he retires or passes, Willie Nelson's guitar should be in the Smithsonian. I hope it doesn't go to the Rock Hall. I hope it goes to the Smithsonian. That'd be the greatest place. Justin said Jamaica is wonderful and great music. Good deal. Love that music on the beach down there. What's going on, Johnny Fink? Trigger. Is that who you saw? Trigger. No. Trigger is the guitar. I know. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But yeah, let's talk about who we saw, and then you guys keep chiming in with it, if you will, on a Monday. I will thank you also for the we're in about the 2.5 thousand views on Thursday's show of Who's Playing Out. We appreciate that. The more you share, the more views we get, and the more the musicians get talked about. And I want to thank the Warren County Post for always printing our list as well. So if you're a musician and you want to be on our list of Who's Playing Out every Thursday, make sure you get it to me, and we'll get you involved in one of our gig groups. What's going on? Gina McCann in the house, the golden tones of Gina McCann, as I like to refer to him, the raspy, bluesy golden tones. Gina and Johnny going to be playing together. That makes me smile. It does. It does. Casey Gomez from CFG and Family. Good to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Justin, for the early birthday wish. Tomorrow will be the big day. And guess what I'm doing? Working. I'm doing trivia tomorrow night. I do it every Tuesday, and not going to take a night off for just another birthday. We're going to have fun. Jamie throwing in the bad habit to comment there. Thank you for that. I'll leave that up for a minute. I will. Yeah, Club Trio. That's good fun stuff outdoors. All right, so Friday night, we took a little trip down to Hunter Pizzeria in Hunter, Ohio. And again, we just happened to... Fridays are tough for Mrs. Hall around town and I, because she doesn't usually get off work till late, and every restaurant is full and we don't want to cook. So we end up going out, and luckily we were able to make it in Hunter Pizzeria and had pizza, which was awesome. It was really good, which, sometimes we go to fancy places and sometimes we don't. Well, this was fun with our friends there from the Standard Country Time Band. And, I got to give Hollywood props for introducing me to these guys. Couldn't find a bunch of nicer country guys who are still doing it, man. And they're playing great music. And Rick Henderson with them. It was a good time that night at Hunter Pizzeria. And let me run by real quick. I've got a couple comments I want to get up there. Alexis Gomez, band rocked Lucky Star's anniversary on Saturday night. Thank you for that. Standard Country Time Band, just a few of the songs I got to hear, and I only wrote a few of them down, or put them in my phone, I should say. Like My Women on the Trashy Side. That's always a good one. Then right into Tennessee Waltz. And, Mrs. Hall Around Town and I were probably the youngest people in the place. I hate to say that. Don't get offended by anybody watching, but it's great to watch these folks coming out and dancing. The line dancing that's going on, the ladies getting up and line dancing, the couples dancing together. It's just a really fun thing to see. And Standard Country Time, now not this week on Wednesday, but every Wednesday pretty much, they play Pullman Lanes from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. And then they do the first Friday at Hunter Pizzeria down in Hunter. So if you ever want to catch some good old-fashioned, wonderful country music, go see Butch, Corky, Eddie. They're just a great bunch of guys, and really do a good job. And if you like the old country, they play a variety of it. Don't Rock the Jukebox, they threw in there. Conway song, I Never Once Stopped Loving You. I think it was originally done by somebody else, but it was a Conway cover, I believe. And Cowboy Rides Away. So Richard Henderson playing with them that night. It was a great night at Hunter Pizzeria. And the nice thing is you can go there. They start at 6, end at 8 o'clock. It's a 2-hour show. And then you buzz somewhere else like we did. And we buzzed on over to Heather's on the way back up towards Springboro and took in the interns. Now, can I get a hand raised for anybody that loves the interns? Come on. I will tell you, these boys, and I call them boys because they're youngsters. They are old souls. They are playing some music, and you sit there and you say, they're not old enough to know the Who. They're not old enough there to know, the Zeppelin, the stuff they're playing, but they are, and they absolutely slay it. Dave Taylor is a phenom on the guitar, I will say, for sure. Okay, I got to skip that one. I had that comment up early. Gina says yes. Dewey says yes. All right. They are a phenomenal band. They really are. And they put on Mrs. Hall Around Town says yes. And we sat down at Heather's on the patio with Heather and Jerry. And while I've got you here captive, I'll tell you Wednesday's show is a you don't want to miss. I usually do the interviews. I'm getting interviewed on Wednesday. Jerry from Heather's is going to interview me live from the patio about kind of the history of Hall Around Town Radio and some other things. And we'd love to have you watch that on Wednesday at 5. It's called Behind the Mic with Scott. And Jerry's going to be talking to me, which is a real game changer for me. It is. So Gary gets to ask the questions and I get to answer. And thank you, Gary, for that comment about Swan. Thank you. But I want to talk about Dave Taylor, Gino Cena, and Josh Justice playing the drums. These guys, for a 3-piece band, they've got the sound of a 10-piece band. Dave Taylor on guitar is absolutely just amazing. And this kid can play, man. And, the rest of the band is phenomenal as well. But if you've ever seen Dave Taylor play, I once said he was a cross between somebody. If like Jimi Hendrix and Prince had a love child together, it'd be Dave Taylor. He's just a phenomenon. And he's a great entertainer. The crowd, though there was a lot of things going on, and that's tough on some of the patio nights too. When the big events are going on, like Chris's event down in Lebanon that he was playing from that band, and of course the North Park event that was going on within a mile away of Heather's with the Journey tribute. And, and then you step on down to the Eagles Project and keep going and Celtic Fest, all those things happening. The crowd wasn't a full house, which was a shame because that place should have had everybody with a butt in a seat to see Dave Taylor and Gino and certainly Josh as well. Just killer stuff. And I just love it. And, he does a rendition of Purple Rain that'll just blow the roof off the place, blow the 10 off the place at Heather's. It was really good. And and Mason, how you doing, buddy? Mason's on here. Mason and Cameron, I saw a video of them playing the other night at the Bell. I missed that one. Every time I miss a night at the Bell, there's this. These guys show up. And I think you got it planned. Tori Faith showed up. Mason. It's the future of music, folks. These guys are the future. They're already rock stars at their age. And it's so cool to see. And when all of us are too old to be doing this kind of stuff, they're going to still be doing it. And Casey Gomez giving Dave Taylor a shout out there. Absolutely. Gina says, great to see young kids keeping music alive. It is, for sure. And and Jim says Dave Taylor rocks as a singer. Yeah, Dave Taylor by himself is phenomenal. Put the band with him and it becomes huge. And we love Space Odyssey. They just do some really cool songs. So thank you, Kara, for that day early birthday wish. I appreciate that. And we'll be celebrating my birthday tomorrow at Mr. Burroughs and on Wednesday at Heather's. Part 1, part 2 of the birthday bash trivia that I get to work. How about that? That's what's happening. Yes. And Jamie saw Face at Bike Night in Coleraine. First time hearing them. I need to back up. I mentioned I did not make the Bell and the Bear on Thursday. And, Bell and the Bear is my home on Thursday nights. We love the place and love to be there. But I took a night off, needed a night off. It was just I'd worked too many days straight and I'm getting old and certainly getting older by the day, as they say. And Mrs. Hall around town took me out for an early birthday dinner to a nice little fancy restaurant around here called the Paragon. And we had some good grub and just enjoyed an evening out and with just a little time out and then back home and relaxing. So fun stuff. Thank you, Mrs. Hall around town, for that lovely dinner. She even bought with our credit card. Yeah, well, it's the way it works in our life. We decide who's going to buy, but it all comes out of the same pot. All right, what's Casey got to say here? Oh, yeah, that was a big event, too. Another big event. Gerhard Albina's band. I love them. CFG and the Family. Unbelievable. Look at that list. The Fields, Fretch & Co. I've never seen them, but I've heard about them. Sound good. And Chris Reese's daughter's 21st birthday is tomorrow. Well, we share a birthday. We're fellow Leos. That's awesome. I remember 21 vaguely. Vaguely. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate you, man. So Heather's on Friday night with the, let me get straight here. The interns, great things happened and we had a great time. The people there were there. They were there to stay. They were listening and they stayed right to the last note. And that was always cool to see. Then on Saturday, we bumped down to downtown Dayton back after 3 years of not having it due to the COVID crap. The Celtic Fest went on and I don't know if they estimated crowds yet. I'm going to say somewhere in the 15,000 range, at least, people. It was huge. Under the tent, the ice rink, amphitheater down there, that kind of thing. All those bands playing. Pete mentioned a couple of them earlier. Gaelic Storm is always, it's a national act. They're probably second or third in the nation for being out playing Celtic music. And they travel, all over the U.S. to play this and Ireland and this, that, and the other. So Celtic Fest did not disappoint. We had a wonderful table. We could not see the bands, though, so I didn't get any pictures. Because we didn't get down there till later in the afternoon and the under the tent seating was packed, but we fell into a table outside in the grassy area. It was great. It was great people watching. We ran into, hundreds of people that we knew that were there. It was a blast. And Celtic Fest went on for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They had 2 to 3 stages going at the same time. I mean, all kinds of musical acts, Irish dancers, authentic food, and then some regular your festival food that goes on that looked really good too. Everything from turkey legs to corn dogs, all that good stuff. But that was down at Riverscape and got to see a lot of folks that we hadn't seen in a long time. And if you haven't been to Celtic Fest, I highly recommend it. They do some great festivals down there. Another one that goes on down there that's wonderful, I hope they bring back, is Reggae Fest. And that is just good, fun, enjoyable times, and it's free. That's the thing too. It's free. So what a killer night we had on Saturday at the Celtic Festival. And Pete, feel free to throw anything in there that you had you were probably up closer. I saw some of your photos, so I think you were up there. H&R Rock killed it at Pullman's on Saturday. Good deal. Saw that Cricket made it over there, it looked like, and got a chance to hang out with Hollywood and company at Pullman. They do it right. In fact, I don't know. Can you see? Am I wearing? Yeah. Look at that. There it is. How do I do that? There it is. Scott's Bar and Grill representing today. Pullman. You can't really see it, but I'm representing my friends at Pullman Lanes. And Jerry saying happy pre-birthday. There's Jerry Nimmersheim. I mentioned him earlier. He's going to be the host of the show on Wednesday doing the interview. So make sure you join us. 5 o'clock Wednesday. We'll be live from the patio at Heather's. We're going to sit there and enjoy ourselves. And Pete was in the jumping crowd right down front. Yeah. Unbelievable. Good stuff. Cricket says, yes, posted videos on YouTube. Thank you for that shameless plug. Throw your YouTube channel in, Cricket. If people want to go watch videos from Pullman's, throw your YouTube channel in the comments. See, that's the whole thing here about us here at All Around Town Radio. We are equal opportunity music lovers, and we're not in a competition with anybody, people. Just whoever supports live local music, we're into them. So if you want to support, fine. If you don't want to support us, get the hell off of here and go somewhere else. There's my shameless plug today for the haters. All right. Hey, Wyatt. How are you, buddy? Wyatt Klein in the house from Louisiana. Hopefully you're okay down there in the swamps, my friend. Watch out for the bugs and the snakes. Yes. Pete. Love you, Pete. Yes. Oh. Yes, Cricket posts videos for every artist. She is a gem. She is. She's a gem. The Cricket is. She is. Cricket. Yes. Absolutely. There's Heather checking in from Heather's, where I will be Wednesday night, along with the video with Jerry will be doing the interview. We're also going to be enjoying ourselves with Name That Tune trivia. And if you want to play, call Heather's and get a reservation because it fills up quickly. And I don't believe we're going to have rain this Wednesday. I said it out loud. We'll see what happens. But it's been every Wednesday rain all year long. But we've done well. I mean, we did well last week, over 250 players and 32 teams and an engagement all in the same night. Great stuff. There is the playlist on Cricket's YouTube. If you want to see any of those videos from H&R Rock at Pullman's, check them out, and a whole lot of other things. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hell, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You know, we'd like you to do that because I think I've got 100 YouTubers now. It's huge. So there, I'll throw that up in there just for you all to see. And Cricket, I'll put yours back up in a minute. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and you get extra content that way. You also get some things. Well, we tried to do some extra content, but they kicked it off a couple of times. So I'm trying to work through that detail. Cricket's arm gets tired. It does. Gary Weber, where you been, man? I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you for that comment. Oak Creek Campground and Marina. White Oak Creek. I'm sorry. There we go. Hi, Carrie. Carrie's been taking some great pictures down at the Bell and the Bear as well. Hold on. I got to get rid of this. There we go. Get that off of there. All right. So that was our weekend. Oh, Glenn says I'm at 101 now. Thank you. Isn't that funny, though? I mean, we're on YouTube and we're on the Book of Face. We have over 6,000 followers on Facebook and we have 101 on YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. You tell me, Clark. That's all I got today. That's it. That's the excitement in our lives today. And that's what our weekend of music was. Again, thank you to everyone who posted on our page. We do have a post up if you guys want to put in who you saw. But, you know, I always I try to lead people into please post the band, but also post where you saw them because the venues are just as important as our musicians here. Without the venues, we wouldn't have the musicians playing out. And without the musicians, we wouldn't have the venues featuring live music. So it's kind of a two-edged sword, so to speak. And I want to remind you, too, I'll be at Mr. Burroughs tomorrow night for the Part 1 birthday bash with our trivia tomorrow night at Mr. Burroughs, 7 until 9:30-ish. That'll be fun. We'll bring you Top 5 Tuesday tomorrow. That may be my Top 5 playlist, just my playlist. Who knows? I'm entitled to do that. And don't forget, Wednesday, we're bringing you Behind the Mic with Scott, featuring Jerry Nimmersheim as our host with the most. And that'll be going off at 5 o'clock as well. So that's all we've got today. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you had a great time with us. We've had a good time with you. We were right at the 30-minute mark. We hit it right today. We appreciate you being here. Have a good night, everybody. We'll leave you with crickets. Bye, everybody. It is. And some applause. Gary Weber getting a shameless plug in there. He's been in Indiana, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky. Wow, you're a busy man. Are you on tour? Are you on tour, Gary Weber? That's what I want to know. Do I have any music I can play without them muting my pay? Every original artist that sends me their stuff now, when I play their music, I get gigged by the Book of Face saying that I'm copyright infringing. So I do not own the rights to this music. However, I did get this music given to me. So there, we'll just do that. How's that?
When it's over and not divides today, when there's nothing left to say, and I can't ignore the voices in my head, reminding me of all the things I said. A time when I face anything. Maybe I'm just not that strong anymore. Tell me something to help me breathe again. All for nothing, and far from where I've been. And I can't ignore the whispers in my head, telling me the things that I don't want to hear. Used to be a time when I'd face anything. Maybe I'm just not that strong anymore. When you're lost and feeling helpless, and when you're tired of being alone, you need something to believe in. Right when next to nowhere feels like home. This pain won't last forever, but I know that it's real. Can't see